Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RPM League, the wrap-up with myself, Elvin Eldritch. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, we're here. We finally arrived to the episode where I'm going to reveal the season 2018 champions in each of the respective retail RPM League divisions. However, guys, sorry to disappoint you, but we need one more week. And the reason for that is we need to make sure that the results are accurate and we get those month-to-date October results into those final point standings. So therefore, this week is not going to be about RPM League Retail Division, but it's going to be about another RPM League division, the Guardians of Talent. So I have a special guest that's going to join me in the room. So let's get him in. And our guest today is James Gillard from the Talent Acquisition team. James, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to RPM League, the wrap-up. Your first time. How do you feel?
Very excited. I've been looking forward to this moment.
Fantastic. So, James, we're here to talk about RPM League in the context of your team. We're not talking about retail, as I've mentioned a little bit earlier, but we're talking about the Guardians of Talent. Mate, take us back a little bit. Why did you think that you needed something like RPM League in your team?
Yeah, definitely. So I was fortunate enough to be able to attend the UK Diamond Ball back earlier in the year, back in January this year. And it was really exciting as well because I'd only just joined Travelex, so didn't know anything about it. Fortunate enough to get the invitation, thought I'd go along, and it blew my mind. It was just so impressive to see how so many people had been pulled together, really excited, understood the challenge, what they needed to do, but also recognised. It was a great piece of recognition. So many companies talk about it as a really key part. If you recognise your employees, then you can really see a massive difference to how they perform, and to see the incredible stats flashing across the screens, the energy, the enthusiasm. I just thought it was incredible, and just something I hadn't seen in any other company I'd seen it previously. So I was like, if I can get a piece of that within the talent acquisition team, then it's got to have fantastic results.
Yeah, sure. And I guess what we've seen over the last, 5 months, 2 of those months have been a soft launch, 3 months have been officially live. What have you seen? What's the behaviours? What are the ways of working? Have they improved? Has the level of engagement improved? Yeah. And what stats and results is it delivering for you and your team?
Yeah, and it was fascinating to try and get this launched from the team, because there was some trepidation to begin with around, is this going to be right for me? How it suddenly puts you out there, very visible. How am I performing? Do I want that? Do I not? How am I performing against my peers? I don't know. Am I going to like it? So hence, as you referred to there, we had the soft launch so that people within the team could see, what does this mean? How does this work? What am I going to look like? How do I impact? How can I control my performance and understand how do I shift the dial? The bits that we're tracking are standard areas for recruitment to be tracked. So number of open vacancies, number of aged open vacancies, the speed to fill. So they're stats and figures that a recruitment team would be familiar with. But the nice thing is that rather than it just being, how are we performing, what does that mean? Oh, I'm going to focus on my day-to-day job. They're now desperate to see those figures on a week-by-week basis, logging in. They can't wait to get access to the data. How have I performed? What does that mean? So I think the real clever part of RPM is that it's made people take ownership of their own performance and their own delivery. So rather than me as the manager saying, right, well, this is how you're doing, this is what you need to do to try and perform better, but great work here, they're driving it themselves. There's peer competition, which is really great, because they're holding themselves to account and they're pushing each other as well.
Yeah, brilliant. So listen, let's get to the results. I know some of these are incredible, to say the least. So what have we seen since the introduction of RPM League into the recruitment or the talent acquisition team under the guise of Guardians of Talent? That is the division that we're talking about here. What has the team produced by way of results? Yeah,
I mean, it's really impressive. So since June, when we went live with the soft launch, there's been a 35% reduction in open vacancies.
Wow.
There's been an 83% reduction in open positions over 6 weeks. And finally, there's over 100% reduction in the speed to fill of vacancies in that time.
Wow. I mean, that is outstanding in anyone's books. I mean, those numbers, double-digit, triple-digit, improvement in productivity and performance is exactly where, we want to be. And thanks to our gamification IP, we've been able to help assist you and your team getting better engaged to deliver those results. But the question now is, James, what are they playing for?
And this is, again, another key part, because sometimes people will think, oh, you know, we need money, we need budget. You know, how can we engage our members of the team better? But the really great thing is that they're driving themselves because they want to see how they perform. But they are playing for, so the top 3 members will get to go to next year's, or the 2019 Diamond Ball. And the person who comes top, so the person who performs best within the RPM League, will get to go up on stage in front of everyone that gets to attend and receive an award that has them down as the UK's best recruiter, which is a great accolade that anyone wants to try and achieve.
Yeah, fantastic. James, I've got to say, nothing short of impressive. I think, you know, you need to take a bow yourself, you know, you with the team, you know, putting this in and really, you know, bending the rules of taking it out of retail, applying the principles into, I guess, a non-retail context, and making it work, you know, for you, for your team, and for the business, right? Because those results everyone benefits from. And I know for a fact that a lot of the managers out there, a lot of leaders of our business, who obviously rely heavily on you and your team, have seen significant improvement in the way that we go about our recruitment and our talent acquisition. So, mate, well done to you.
Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. Guardians of Talent. That is a little bit of a sneak insight on what's been going on in the background when we talk about RPM League outside of retail. James, thank you so much for coming down and joining us in the studio. Will you be back?
Definitely. I'll be back anytime you'll have me.
Fantastic. Good on you, James. Thanks again. And guys, that's it for this episode. We'll be back next week to give you the all-important results. But until then, guys, good luck with sales.